for you. But sometimes when you look at 1 month, sometimes you can look at it from different angles, and there can be other factors involved, other things that play out. So again, it's sort of a day-to-day thing, but either way, take it as it resonates. General energy here. So and again, some of you, if you're going through some issues, some of you might go work through it a little faster than others. As I've mentioned in previous videos, some of you might be further along in this path than others, and that kind of thing. So again, just take it as it resonates. But here's the story I see for April for Libra. Okay, so what I'm looking at, it does, as I mentioned in the heading, it's going to be more of a dynamic, potentially transformative month for you. There's some significant decisions to make here, and definitely financial progress. So there is some kind of deep emotional or relational shifts, and we'll kind of break it down financially, relationships, and advice, best, worst outcomes, all of that. Starting off with the Two of Wands. So what we're looking at is you considering some new opportunity, or that you're already in the mode of considering a direction where it relates around your finances or your career. So it's kind of a time where you could be exploring the possibilities and thinking about where you want to go long term. So again, this offers and indicates a choice, between staying current in your path or branching out into something new. So that is followed up by the Two of Swords. So as I mentioned, we've got two twos, and that does indicate still that there is some sense of a decision to be made. It's like you're a little bit stymied in your progress, and initially going through in April, because the Two of Wands next to the Two of Swords means there's a decision to make. So something is stopped, halted, because there's a pause, or there's something that you have to really take control of, and that's what I see you doing. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries predominantly showing up here in this position. Not our main energy out, just so you know, a lot of this is minor energy. So they're not big decisions. It feels like it's little decisions along the way that will amount to something that's more significant over time. But I do see this as Emperor energy is taking charge of your life, creating more structure, doing things that will allow you to move forward incrementally, again, in a structured way. Again, we're going to break it down here more as well. But the Knight of Pentacles does indicate that you are taking a steady, slow, methodical approach to how things are opening up in terms of your finances in the month of April, and you're likely putting in, the hard work at a job and that kind of thing, because it is a solid foundation for growth. All of that, it's building up to something more sustainable. So, despite the pace being rather slow, just know that there is also a sense of a new potential visionary, situation, or something that you're trying to do, possibly creatively as well, where you could be focusing more along your growth in that area. So again, there's also something here about self-education or self-improvement. This is mature energy here as well. So it does tell me that there is more of a take charge kind of energy that's coming through here, but there's also that spark of genius, or the spark of ideas and visionary, like I said, inspirational kind of qualities that come out with this card. So I feel like you could also be, again, gaining some new skills or knowledge to improve your income here as well, because that's what the Three of Pentacles is also indicating. So there's something here about you aligning with a more stable, secure future with that King of Pentacles, but there's also that energy about a new skill coming through to improve your income. So again, this could be a place where you feel more stable and secure in the month of April as well, because it is a sign of material success with the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and again, the King of Wands, Three of Pentacles. This is upgrading. It's moving up to the next level. So it's a sign of material success, and that you're in control of your wealth or in control of your finances. Things are looking pretty good with the Emperor card that had come out there as well. So now we're kind of taking this into some of the relationship aspects of that. So we're going to pull this back for half a second and kind of go back into this from another angle. So when we take a look at the Two of Swords, sorry, let me just reconfigure things a bit. So we've got the Two of Wands and we've got the Two of Swords. So in terms of a relationship, it feels like a decision around a relationship might still be at hand here, because it's almost a conflicted or stuck between two options, whether that's about a relationship dynamic or a potential new partner or a situation you're not sure how to handle it. It does encourage you to trust your intuition, of course. And when we get to the Emperor energy, this is, again, still remaining in that structured, authoritative sort of role. So you want to be in a position where you're not out of whack here. This is something where you want to be more decisive. And that's where I feel like you are stepping up to the plate here. this is where you're finding a position to assert your control, set your boundaries, even in terms of romance, family, colleagues, however, other people around you. We also have that, again, we had the Three of Pentacles in there as well, and with the Knight of Pentacles. So it, to me, again, on a relationship level, this is you working together in a teamwork sort of capacity. So there are still key themes here that are running through all of your relationships with that, whether that's professional or, just romantically or whatever. It does feel like it's very important. It does suggest that your efforts are being made to build something solid and long lasting. So that cooperation, again, needs to have everybody involved, basically, is what I'd say there. Now, I'm sorry, I'm just going through, because that was the Three of Pentacles and then the King of Wands. Now, I want to also just go into sort of the next cards out. So these ones are the Moon card. Of course, the Moon is not, it is a major arcana. It does also indicate that there is something that may not be a little unclear about the way going forward. So there is something that's still kind of hidden here. So again, even though I feel like your efforts are being built up to have more of a strong foundation in terms of your relationships, and there is more cooperation that's involved here, some of the cards here with the Page as well as the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Cups suggest to me that there is still something here around a relationship that may not be quite all that clear yet how to handle it. So again, there's something with the Seven of Wands that talks about, obstacle or a defensiveness, or something in a relationship where it's still being maintained. So there's a little bit of a blockage around that area. And again, it will still take some time to kind of resolve, or however, whatever your opportunity is to advance it forward. That's still something that has to be worked on. Now, the Page of Pentacles, like I said, overall, I mean, this could be dealing with a younger person here as well. If there is some kind of defensive quality around this connection, again, this could be a younger person, or could be, just I don't want to, because we're focusing on the relationship aspect of it here. This would indicate that there is still something to go forward, although it's more of a grounded, not an emotional advancement forward, because there's a lot of things that still are having to be set aside, basically, with the Eight of Cups. There's things there that you're not able to really deal with at this point. So it feels like you're just kind of turning your back to what you cannot control in that moment. So then we'll talk a little bit more about I guess the overall feelings, I would say, for this would be mixed. So it does, it does mean that you're navigating some tough choices, but you're hopeful about the growth in several areas of your life. In the month of April, you might feel a sense of urgency, as we did have the Two of Swords that was out there initially. So there might be a little bit of a sense of urgency to kind of make this decision here. But again, it still feels like, you're forced to make a decision, but you're not sure it's the best path forward. But because you have the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles that came out here, to me, that does indicate that it's still within your control, and that you feel like you are, I mean, I hate to repeat, but standing your ground and all of that with that defensive card, with the Seven of Wands. But it also makes you feel stronger because you're ready to take on the challenge going forward. So right now, again, your relationship life might feel like it's a little bit of a balancing act, with the Three of Pentacles suggesting you could gain some satisfaction from, a work environment, teamwork, or collaboration. But either way, you might feel more aligned with others as things move forward in the month of April. Now, again, financially, I do feel like this is a period of steady growth. There definitely is something that's coming through here that is providing a new opportunity with that Page of Pentacles, and you definitely have some solid energy going forward with the Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So keep focusing on that. That's your practical progress. That's where the financial rewards will follow in this month. Again, relationships, there's a sense of, decisions that you're making around people and boundaries that you're putting up. You're still collaborating and working together with people, but it just feels like, and you're capable of handling it with the Seven of Wands. You have the upper hand. Sorry, guys. But you're also trusting your intuition to guide you on a lot of this here too. So again, Two of Swords, trust your intuition when it comes to your decisions and your relationships. but for sure approach things with that patient, methodical, slow, focused, long-term sort of effort. And again, your relationships will thrive when you are focusing more along cooperation, because when you have a need that needs to be met, it's not a bad thing to, obviously put it out there, but it does feel like you need more cooperation in the month of April and April for things to go forward. Now, some of the best things that are coming through in this month, of course, are not going to be looking at the moon card. But the best things that are coming through is definitely the financial stability that I see here. So that's very possible. Again, it's going to be further out with the King of Pentacles, indicating there is some success there. There is definitely something tangible coming through in the month of April. Your relationships will benefit from your collaboration, keeping, because there is a strong leadership or a strong connection. But again, it feels like there's also a new opportunity here with the Page of Pentacles, a fresh energy. There's an exciting new direction of some sort that's coming in. Again, the things that would be along the worst aspects that you're dealing with in this month would be that you'll face some conflict or some obstacles in your relationship. So the relationships will be where things are a little bit uncertain. I would say, again, you're feeling defensive. There's a bit of resistance. There's some tension in whatever dynamic that plays out for you. It doesn't feel like it's so much work life, but it could very well be. But it's more along the lines of is showing up around the Page of Pentacles. So again, this could be a younger person, a person in particular. But either way, it does feel like there's something there that is a challenge around that month. So now, what I would say is we're also the final end cards here is we have, what are you worrying about? Okay, so the Nine of Swords, what are you worrying about this month? I would still say that you're feeling some stress, you're feeling some anxiety about a variety of things, in particularly related to the relationship aspects, the decisions that you're having to make around that, and, potential security or something possibly further out. But I'm seeing this around, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is coming in through here as well. But it definitely feels like there's mental, emotional concerns. So I would say, and this could be you, could be representing you, doesn't have to be that particular sign, but a dynamic, charismatic, or somebody who's very, again, visionary, open. But this is also dealing with a Knight of Wands. This energy is kind of in and out. It's a fluctuating energy, but at night is coming in with some information or news or communication. So what I would say again is there's, that anxiety around possibly the Knight of Swords. This could represent somebody 20s to 30s. But again, it's a little bit of a negativity or thought related pattern of disappointment or emotional pain, something like that. And again, whether this is conflict that's caused by you or another person, or there's heartbreak or something around this individual, it definitely feels like there's some kind of sadness or conflict that is still a part of the picture in April. And of course, this is the card of feeling left out or emotional pain and feeling left out. But it suggests that you are concerned that things are not turning out as you had expected, and you're feeling like you don't have enough support here from possibly this one individual or something along that line. Now we do have the Queen of, again, the Queen of Wands that came out here, but we also have the Queen of Swords. So there's something here that indicates there's a certain level of confidence or charisma that you're coming in with, but you're worrying that you're not fully stepping up into your own personal power, possibly. So again, you might be feeling a little uncertain about your ability to assert yourself or make something happen. But we also had that Knight of Wands, so that card suggests or represents as action and ambition. So in the context of the worry, I feel that you might be concerned about, making decisions too quickly, possibly something leading to a mistake or an unstable situation, something like that. But we also have the Seven of Cups here, and that indicates too many choices or feeling overwhelmed by a situation. Either way, there's worry, and you're worried about making the right decision or the wrong decision, that kind of thing. You might be questioning your choices in other areas of your life here as well. Again, that Queen of Swords, has sharp intellect, clear communication, but it also suggests that you could be coming off as a little bit too detached or too cold, and there could be some kind of internal battle between your logic and your emotional responses to things. So in terms of the long-term security, I'm seeing Nine of Cups. So again, these are clarifier after clarifier. So this is the card of satisfaction and emotional contentment. But it could also indicate that you're worried about achieving this fulfillment. So whether you're truly going to feel emotionally happy with with your choices in the long run, and of course that's followed up by Ten of Pentacles. Like these are amazing cards. So I feel like you're worrying a little unnecessarily, but you are feeling definitely some anxiety around this level of long-term success and complete fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. And I'm not saying complete as in permanently lasting, because everything is always fluctuating. And as soon as we meet one goal, we tend to follow on to another, or make new goals. But the point is, you're still sort of questioning your financial stability, or you're anxious about it, and your family dynamics. I would still say, the summary of your worries here again with the Nine of Swords is you're feeling anxious, emotionally conflicted. Three of Swords, Seven of Cups, about the current situation in a particular dynamic or relationship that you're connected to. It feels like you're not able to step right into, a position where you feel confident enough to say something to the other person, because it feels like there's an emotional overwhelm of some sort. And it feels like, again, it could be around a family dynamic here as well, because of the close-knit combination of cards here. But either way, you're stressing about the future in some way and your long-term security. So advice and reassurance, I would say that a lot of these cards are pointing to a need for balance between, being clear emotionally and what it is that you want, and taking the right action, which is the Knight of Wands. Focus on clear thinking is really what I would say, instead of being overwhelmed by your emotions. Trust in your ability to make the right decisions. If you're facing difficult choices, step back, focus on what truly brings you that long-term stability and happiness. What is your intended path, and then tweak as you go forward. But I would say that you're still very much in control here of the direction. You can manage your impulses. Don't rush your decisions, because again, you have a lot of options here. So there is some things that you have to kind of weed through. What are the bad ones? What are the good ones? It's not a matter of they're all good. Trust that things will improve with time, because there's a lot of cards of a positive nature. Now, the last card's out. This is, whatever your wish is, um, whatever your current wish or desire is, this is about, what is the outcome basically of what is it you're trying to achieve. So this is just sort of a short version of it, but it's the card of change and cycles with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's the path to finishing something. There might be some unexpected twists along the way, but there's definitely new opportunities coming in with this wish that you're trying to make, or this goal that you're trying to commit to. So it does indicate that things will align in your favor. You do have a lot of luck and timing that will help you to succeed. Again, reminder that things are shifting in a positive direction. There's a lot of, this is success, clarity, growth, and for sure you've got luck. And then below that, just a couple more cards, we also have the Seven of Swords. So what this tells me is that, you can complete what you're doing and you will feel fulfilled and proud of your accomplishments. But the Seven of Swords tells me you're going to have to carefully plan this out. It's not going to be an easy, everything just lines up and falls into your lap. It is going to be, strategy and careful planning to get there. It does feel like at times you might want to cut corners and take shortcuts, but don't do that, because in this particular energy, it's speaking to stay honest, be diligent, do the work. Don't try to look for anything to shortcut things, because there's a process of learning that comes with that, with all the extra steps, because that'll help you to become more aware of the people involved, of the situations, the type of energy around you. It makes things that much more transparent for you to be able to focus on the right thing, so you won't be derailed. So basically, I just feel like you're going to have to be, things won't be entirely transparent right now, but I feel like it will unfold over time. Now, the Temperance is the final card out here. So this one does tell me there is going to be balance, and there is going to be a timing thing that's going to involve some level of patience on your behalf. It does indicate steady pace, not to overextend yourself. And again, stay balanced is basically what this card speaks to. You know, allow yourself the time to rest and relax, self-care, all of that. Don't push too hard. It's slow and steady is the energy that I'm getting here. Just remain patient, trust that things will unfold as it should. But you are definitely on the right path to completing what you're trying to achieve here. Again, the Wheel of Fortune does suggest to me that it's a big shift, and it does show positive change, especially followed up by the Sun card. And again, that change, that success is just on the horizon. So, you know, however you get there, you'll need to be strategic, maintain balance, don't cut corners. And the combination definitely speaks to there being some shifts in terms of challenges around you. It could be around time management, pressure, things along that line. But, you know, if you dedicate and you're positive about the approach, you will gain, you know, access and success. So just be steady, thoughtful pace, you know, finish what you're doing, take pride in what you're, all the efforts that you're putting out. You're learning not just how to approach the situation and be successful, but you're also learning so many more skill sets that may not be visible to you at this time as you go along. So just be mindful of that, because it is going to be important to be a part of the approach that you need to um, toward gaining success. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. That's what I have for you guys. That is Libra for April 2025. Keep moving forward.